For all you mad bastards loving the Big Show podcast, get up even closer on Instagram, YouTube and TikTok. Or raw dog it. 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki.
I just adjusted your sound here. We're recording in the ACC studio for all you backbones out there and old so I cranked up your audio because you often don't check your levels in the hope that the theme tune there would blast out and explode your eardrums. You spotted it at the last minute, Jace.
I did,
You went
mate.
down there and you turned it from full bore to 3/4 or 85%.
Right.
So it's still 25 to 30% louder than I would ever have it.
I would argue
I bet you would.
significantly that I turned it halfway.
No, you haven't. Because
Hey, don't look
I'll
at me,
show you,
man.
I'll show you, Jace. Look at this, man.
No, because you're just going to blast it.
Nobody talk.
Okay.
From there to there, that's where you had it. I have it there.
How's that sound, Jace? Put those on. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
pardon?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like you used to be in a rock and roll band or something.
Yeah, well, I've got tinnitus.
Tinnitus.
Yeah.
What about tinnitus?
Have you actually?
Yeah.
From what?
From rock and roll days.
Yeah, he's reaching there. See his brain ticking over. It gave him nothing.
From my rock and roll days.
Yeah. No, but I find it when it's really loud, it energizes me.
Right. Is this energized?
One of the things that really gets deep inside my goat is when I'm struggling to hear what the fuck people are saying.
Sure.
So I just make sure that it's, especially when, like on our show when we're pumping out bangers all the time,
True that.
and I like to put the headphones on and just blah. Actually, when I got my skull candies on,
Yeah.
I fucking pumped the shit out of those.
Do you, man?
How are you, Keyzie? You going to participate at all? You're looking very smart.
Thank you. Put my suit on because it's the Changies tonight.
Yeah, it is.
The Changies Sports Awards, the ACC. And I'm
Yes.
up for an award. I'm up for 3 awards.
Oh,
Great stuff,
well,
mate.
you're a slam dunk for one of them.
That's what I think,
I
yeah.
hope you've got a speech prepared.
Yeah, I've got a speech.
Great.
I'm thinking
I think if you do some of your,
stand up.
yeah, what are those things you do?
Puns.
Puns. Thank you.
Is there like a
No,
financial
Keyzie's trying to think of some puns.
a financial sort of award, or is it just an
Recompense.
award?
I think it's probably Keyzie, and it's just for the honour, isn't it? The
I have no idea.
prestige.
I guess so.
I can't see them. You probably get some free chips.
Well, that's what they said is actually you usually get free chips, but it's mostly just payback.
Because
Jace eats them all.
I get the vibe that it's not an award that you're going to treasure.
Jace, an awards ceremony named after Chippies, in
Yeah.
which I'm up for like worst commentary curse or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah, you're pretty much right.
yes.
But it's funny though.
Yeah,
Good to have
it's
some.
great.
I've never won a radio award. I never got shit at school because I was terrible. Never got any certificates or trophies or anything. So, oh well, this will do. You should be there, Jace.
I didn't get awards till the end, right till the end of my career at school.
Well,
Your career.
unless I'm mistaken, Jace, you won the award for drama 3 years in a row.
Oh, yes,
best
that's
poetry.
true.
Best poetry.
So
And I did win the poetry prize.
highly
In the
competitive it
seventh-
was.
And let's not forget, in the 7th form, best all-round senior boy.
Let's not forget.
Best all-round senior boy.
Yeah, which is kind of a generic kind of... And,
Most improved player for losers.
The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki. The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
The drama award was called the Drummond Cup, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And 3 years in a row I got
I
that.
think it was called the Drummond Cup at
Oh,
ours.
seriously?
I think so, yeah.
Why is that?
That's weird. That
Is
rings
it-
a bell.
Who's Drummond?
Does it
I
go
don't know.
to? Does it go to one person or like a troop?
No, it
No,
goes to
one
one person.
Wow.
I never did it at school, and I don't know anyone who did.
Yeah. Maybe he must have been someone dramatic.
Drummond.
Yes.
Drummond.
Do you want me to
I don't know.
Google it?
Google it, would you,
Drummond
Keyzie?
Award. All-round boy, best all-round boy. That's prestigious. So that
Yes.
takes into account everything, being a backbone around the school.
Yes.
Your sporting achievements, your academic achievements, and
Yeah.
probably a little bit of no good with the academics. They must have brought that into
I
it,
mean, I
surely, the
passed.
class. Oh,
I
congrats.
passed, I got bursary and all
Maybe
that
it was
stuff.
a piss
but-
poor year.
Yeah, maybe they just didn't have many sort of options.
I got bursary,
remember-
but your bursary is in sixth form. Oh,
seventh
Is
form.
that UE?
Yeah, UE's in
University
sixth form.
entrance.
Yeah,
I
and
got that. And then
You could, of course, back in the day, Mogi, you could pass your UE and not have to do the 7th form.
Yes.
And go straight to university.
Well, that's probably why they called it university entrance.
Yes.
However, I had no appetite for it
No.
and never did, and yet went and wasted thousands of dollars nonetheless.
Yeah,
So
same.
anybody out there thinking about going to university, can I just say don't?
Sure.
Don't.
Yeah.
Just work out what you want to do with your life. Go and get on the hammer. Go and see the world.
Well, I mean, that was the thing. I went to university and got on the hammer.
Yeah, but best of both worlds. Although, was it free when you were doing it?
It wasn't, you got student,
Loan.
no allowances then, not
Yeah.
loans.
Yeah.
And,
We had both. You have a loan to get
Same.
into university, then you get an allowance to live on.
right.
same.
And so you just get, but there was the option you could get loans.
Yeah, right.
But I
to
just,
pay for the actual tertiary education,
yes.
was that free?
At that stage, yeah.
Right. And did you do that?
Yes.
What did you study?
Teaching, wasn't it initially?
I went to training college my first year. Then I had a year of total debauchery.
After that year? Or
After
that was that year?
Yeah.
After
So-
that year.
I left teachers training college mid-year.
So that first year,
Just not for you. You didn't like it.
It was just like going back to school.
Right, yeah, well, yeah.
And
Fucking insane.
And the crazy thing about it was I had, and I've talked about this before, I discovered two crucial, what became pivotal things in my life, booze and women.
Had you not had any piss up until that point?
Yeah, but not on an everyday basis.
That's
of
what-
course, because you're
yeah.
at school.
Yeah.
you know.
Well, that's right. Now you're flat and you get to
That-
do whatever you want.
Exactly.
The best-
That's what I did.
month of my life, I think, was that first month of flatting, and when you just left home, and all of a sudden your parents leave, and you're just like, wait, so I can get steamed right now?
Yeah.
We get steamed like 4 or 5 times a week.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's so good.
Fuck yeah. And I think I told you, guy, my first day at training college, A, I got steamed.
Yeah.
And B, this is the craziest shit. I think I've told you guys this. There was a guy who will remain nameless and who I got on with tremendously well, as it turned out.
Right.
On that first day, he said, "Do you want some acid? Do you want some LSD?" And I went, "Oh, no, I'll just flag it this time. Well, maybe next time, man. But we'll see how we go. But not. I mean, it's
Not
the first.
now,
It's
yeah.
the first day at training college, and he dropped a tab."
Wow.
And we had classes and shit, and he's just off his head,
Where's-
having a great old time.
So where's he now?
I have no idea.
And-
He was fucking hilarious. He was just a massive party animal and off his head pretty much the entire time. Fucking good teacher, though.
So he did become a teacher?
Yeah, he did. I think yes, he did become a teacher.
Oh, I'd be interested to know what he's up to.
Yes.
I remember going down there, so I went to and did a stupid course at Tech. You remember that, Jace?
you go tech?
Tech. And they'd give you, I think it was like $1,500, which is a fucking mint back then. Every
Shit,
6
yeah.
every 6 weeks.
That was so you got
And
your
could,
allowance.
and you could draw down on it.
You got your allowance in 6-week chunks.
Every 6 weeks you could draw, and I think I had a limit of $6,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Which would be right. So it's that 4, 6,
24
4,
weeks.
but I wasn't there for 6 months. I was only there for 3 or 4. But as soon as you drew it down, that was it. No more class. So just go drinking until that was all gone,
Totally.
and then waiting for the next one to come down. And then when it was all gone, I went back to live in.
Yes.
But it was being down there that made me realise that the way we drank and live in was different to how other people drank.
Yes.
Because all the people in our class, in our whatever the fuck you call it, were going out, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to meet round at John's house."
Yes.
And so, okay, we'll have a couple of beers, then we'll go to town, sweet as. So I went around there. Everyone else had a 6-pack, and I took 2 dozen. Because we would always drink like 18 beers to 2 dozen.
Yes.
And then go into town.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Why have you got 2 dozen?" I was like, "Why have you got 6?"
a 6-pack.
I feel
fucking
like
pussy.
there is a really good spot in the middle of those two things.
Yes.
A really great spot.
Yeah, and but that was the first time that it dawned on me
Yeah.
that what I was used to was perhaps not the norm.
Small town pissing up is
Yeah.
another level,
It
right?
was an absolute
I tell you-
another level, right?
Genuinely, some of the best times of my life were at university, and they've got a pub there called Shadows.
Oh, yeah.
The legendary sort
Yeah.
of pub there.
Which city is this?
Auckland.
Oh, okay.
And mate, I remember, and the piss was cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
And so my mates and I would just sit up in Shadows, right? And the great thing about it, you could sit on the balcony, and you just overlooked the sort of courtyard and the square, and it was just filled with students.
Yeah.
And you
How good.
just punch back the beers all afternoon, and there's just beautiful people walking around everywhere, and it was like, yeah, good times.
There
man.
is really something to say for having no responsibilities.
Totally, man. And then we'd go across, We'd punch the beers all afternoon.
Fucking
Then we'd
hell.
go across to Albert Park, have a couple of doobies.
Beautiful
and then-
spot, by the way.
Oh, Albert Park's
So
great.
nice, yeah.
And then we'd come back and just keep punching beers. And then we'd go back to the flat and play drinking games.
You know what? When you say no responsibility, like, I don't have a lot of responsibilities. However, you reach a certain point where you start thinking, shit, I need to think about house, career, blah, blah, blah. When you're early 20s,
Do you?
You just think about what's happening the next day.
Totally. And not even
absolutely.
the next
Not
day.
even
You
that,
think about
yeah.
what's
Not even,
happening
yeah.
today.
It's
what
a
am I
fucking-
doing right now?
Yeah, it's the best thing ever.
All you're
Fucking
worried about
totally
is
it
getting
is.
on the piss, and that is about it. All you have, and that's the beauty of drinking, is you don't. When you're not drinking, you're like, oh, what are we going to do? Because if you don't make plans, nothing will happen. But if you're drinking, all you have to do is start drinking,
That's right.
and something amazing will happen.
Yes.
There will
Yeah,
the
yeah,
adventures
totally.
will come. There will be things that will happen that would never happen if you were sober. You
Yes.
just have to keep on drinking,
Yeah.
and you are going to have some stories when you wake up in the morning. It's fucking amazing.
Man, and you know, I lived above the butcher shop with my great mate, and we didn't pay rent and all that sort of jazz. And all of our mates, you know, Johnny Bruff and fucking the whole group of us, we'd get fucking steamed, we'd get fucking stoned, and we were surrounded by mountains.
Yeah.
And the great thing about our group was that we were really active. And so we'd go out, we'd climb a mountain.
Yeah.
And then sit on top of the mountain, have another doobie, and just be pissing ourselves with laughter.
Yes.
Fucking 24/7.
Yeah, exactly.
God, that's good shit, fellas.
It is.
good
And
shit.
also roast into glasses, because also did some horrendous things.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That I hated myself for. And
Of
every now and
course.
again will pop into my head and I'll go, oh!
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Like I had one of those the other day. I can't remember. But it was 30 years old.
Yes.
And it go, oh!
Yeah, you do, eh? You go, oh, God.
And I didn't hurt anyone. I just made a cunt of myself.
Yes.
I mean, an asshole of myself. Beep that out with
Good
your tapes.
save.
I certainly did that many times.
Good stuff, fellas. Hey, listen to the
Jumping nude into spas and shit like
That's
that.
good, though.
That's all good.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to Hauraki Big Show 4 to 7 weekdays. Super good. Super good.